Hello, Crafty Mavens. This is Megan, and I am back today with my kit layout. So you will have seen the kit share, and if you didn't watch that one, I will leave a link below. But this is the January Click Kits kit, and it is sold out, so I apologize you can't go and buy it. But this is using the Whimsical collection, so you can still buy the Whimsical collection. So I have these two adorable photos of my husband and I, and this cutout specialty paper from Paige Evans's Whimsical collection. And I am just spending some time going through and popping all of these cutouts up. Okay, so now that I have all of those cut file pieces of the background pulled up, I am going to start matting my photos, and I just really loved the colors in this kit, or in this collection. So it's kind of like a medium-ish blue. It's kind of lighter than a medium blue, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use this paper as my first layer. And then I really love this kind of dark green. And it's a different kind of green color, but I kind of felt like there needed to be a brighter layer between the blue and the green. So I'm going to use this yellow striped white paper, and I really like how that looks. I think I'm actually going to make it more yellow. I'm going to use my Close to My Heart ink in Canary, and it is just a yellow color, and I'm just going to ink the edges on it just to make it more yellow, because the white was kind of, I don't know, like it just didn't look right against the green. So now I'm just going to stick it on there, because then I was thinking, well, maybe I don't want the green, but no, I'm going to decide, yes, I need the green. The green's going to make it pop off that white background. So here I'm just going to cut down that strip of paper for the back, the last mat, and this is where I'm going to ink the edges. Okay, so now I have all of the photos matted, and I really like that. And then here you can see I'm kind of adding, like rubbing the sponge on the page and making the middle of all of the flowers yellow, and I really like how that looks. So I'm going to make them actually darker, and I love how it turns out. Okay, so now I am just going to add a few pieces of green papers underneath where the leaves are, because this hexagon paper that I have in the background underneath the floral, it works, but I still wanted there to be some prominent green on the leafy areas, or the leafy cut apart pieces. So I'm going to add a couple of pattern papers behind this, and then I'm also going to cut up a few of these shapes and move them around on the layout so that they're placed better, and that I like the coloring behind some of these flowers. Like this one flower had yellow underneath it, and I was like, well, it kind of doesn't go with the yellow of the middle of the flower, so I decided to put that kind of pinky purpley red under there. So I'm going to spend some time doing that. So now you can see here that I am just adding glue to this this background piece, and I'm going to glue it on. And there are a few hexagon areas that I'm going to have to cover up with washi tape just so that it doesn't snag when I put it in the album. Placing my photos in where I want them to go, and this little stamped image, which I stamped out and then fussy cut, is from Close to My Heart, and it's gorgeous, isn't it? I will leave a link below. I can't remember if this was, I think it was a stamp of the month, so it might not be available anymore, but if it is available, I'll leave a link below. and I'll also leave a link below to all of these markers that I'm using. These are from Close to My Heart as well, and I really love all of these colors. I don't have very many of them. This one didn't want to focus, and so yeah, sorry about that. But that one's called Barely Beige. I was trying to get it to focus, but it didn't want to. So here I'm going to show you just a little bit of me coloring in this stamped image. This is going to be my title, and it just says, "You are my happy heart," or "You make me," oh my goodness, now I can't remember. And I have already put it away. "You make my heart happy." That's what it is. Okay. It's like, I can't remember. And I apologize about the focusing in and out. I totally spaced having to turn that off for this layout. So I apologize. But I'm just going to spend quite a bit of time coloring in this stamp set, and then I'll be back and show you how it looks. Okay, so now here you can see I'm all done with that, and I just absolutely love how it turned out. It turned out just so perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to start embellishing and gluing down things and adding to this layout. There's not really much more that I add. I'm going to pop up this stamped image on some fun foam, and I'm just going to place it right there on the layout where it's been this whole time. Okay, so I pulled out some of these freckled fawn enamel shapes, and these were actually not in the kit. I totally spaced that there was a Spiegel Mom Scraps sequin mix in the kit, which I'm kind of kicking myself for because it was super cute and it would have gone perfect with this layout, but oh well. I decided to pull these freckled fawn enamel shapes from my stash. I use a lot of there was only actually a few hearts on there, and then the rest of them I think were just enamel dots. So I'm going to use those throughout the layout, just in quite a few different places. I don't really have like main clusters on this layout. Like there's the photos and then the title kind of going diagonally, and then there's just the flowers everywhere. So this is pretty much it. I'm going to add a couple of embellishments here in a minute from the ephemera pack. Okay, so now here I'm just bringing in a few of these embellishment pieces. There's some hearts and some wood veneer and just really simple pieces, which is what I loved about this kit, is I didn't feel overwhelmed by the ephemera, which sometimes if I get a full ephemera pack, I feel overwhelmed by it. So I'm just going to add a few pieces here. I think we also got, I think the kit came wrapped in like some tissue paper, and then it had some twine wrapped around it as well. And so I'm going to pull that in and add that to the underneath the title stamp. And I'm really going to like that. So I'm putting that Hello Happiness wood veneer up there at the top, and that is pretty much it. I think I put that word love down at the bottom, and oh, I remember what I'm gonna do. So here is where I'm going to add the twine, like I told you, and then after I do the twine, I am feeling kind of like the yellow inking. It looks good, but it needs more. So I'm going to bring in a couple different other inking colors. Okay, so now this is where I'm thinking, okay, these flowers need a little bit more color. I need to spruce this up a little bit more. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that smoothie pink color from Close to My Heart, but then I decide, no, it needs kind of like a more darkish, purpley, pinkish color. So I pull out my raspberry Close to My Heart ink pad, and I'm just using this Tim Holtz ink blending tool, and I'm just going to add just a little bit to each one of the edges of these flowers. So then I'm going to pull out my Close to My Heart Pacifica ink and color a few more flowers. And then I want to do, at first I started doing the leaves in the Pacifica, but then I realized I have a couple of different green colors. I'm going to use green on the leaves. So I'm going to go over the leaves with a green color, and the one that I use, it's called Juniper. I don't believe that you can get it anymore. I think it did get discontinued. So I apologize about that, but it's a really pretty, it's kind of like a dark mint color, I want to say. So now I'm just inking up the florals or the leaves, and I really just like how that is looking. It looks really pretty. And that is it for this layout. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was kind of crazy for me, a lot of inking and a lot of mixed media with markers and stamping and just a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. Make sure you check out Click Kits, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.